Well, there we go, everybody. Hello and welcome to the QFM96 Pit Stop, our first one of the week. And I'd like to welcome the enforcer, Amy Deuce Hughes. Hi, Aim. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Now, tonight, technically, I think would have been our fourth bike night at Fortress Obets, but tonight is the first QFM96 virtual pit stop that we're going to be doing. And this gives us an opportunity, of course, to talk to still all the bike clubs and all the great charitable work they're doing. We got a busy night tonight. We got lots of guests. First, the guests, we're not going to bring them on just yet, but Governor DeWine did make an announcement today about new things reopening beginning on June the 10th. And one of the things was family entertainment. And people were hitting me up right away going, what does that mean? Fortress Obets, it's family entertainment. Does that mean bike nights are actually going to happen? Well, we're going to get the lowdown from Steve. We also got John from Columbus Car Audio and Accessories, our buds that have been with us for bike nights for so many years. And tonight is your opportunity to get registered for a $150 Columbus Car Audio and Accessories gift card. And you'll see scrolling at the bottom, if you're watching this on Facebook, go to qfm96.com. That is where you need to get registered for that $150 gift card. And you've got until 7 o'clock on Sunday to get registered for that gift card. And then we'll announce the winner on next Thursday. We got a special group tonight. We have got the Blue Star Mothers Chapter 10 out of Lancaster. We got my friend Wayne Harshbarger. He's going to tell us what they're doing and how you can help. And I do believe a surprise appearance from Coleman Fusey from Abate, American Bikers Aim Towards Education. And just a lot of fun. I see a lot of people tuning in right now. Doug,
Yes.
Doug Lloyd from Rock House. Paul
There's
Simon.
our favorite. You can see Tammy Trout, the famous Trout family right there. Hi, Christy and Amy.
I tell you what, the Trout family, we miss you guys. And I know when we first put this up, people were thinking, oh, bike nights are going to be happening at Fortress. We've been looking forward to this. We still don't know what's going to happen. We're holding out hope, and I think that the summer is still going to be excellent for bike nights at Fortress Obets, our new home this year. But let's get some more details. Let's bring in our bud, Steve Adams from Fortress Obets. Steve, how you doing?
Great. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me on again. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. The crowning jewel of Obets is Fortress Obets. We were so looking forward and still are looking forward to having QFM96 bike nights there. I mentioned earlier that the governor made another, he came out and said on June the 10th that certain things are going to be opening, like movie theaters and museums and zoos. And when he mentioned family entertainment, everyone started to hit me up going, well, that's Fortress Obets. Does that mean that bike nights are going to happen? So why don't you explain to our listeners what's going on and where we are right now in the scheme of things?
I certainly will. So I can tell you that it seems to change and it seems to be very fluid every other day. They make some new announcement, but each of those announcements have certain guidelines that are tied to them and things that we have to, or hoops, you might want to say, we have to jump through in order to open things up and do things, I guess, in the new normal. So we still have to dig through all those guidelines and those limitations they put on things and see how we can say yes to do things and see how we can do things where, of course, safety is the number one priority in Obets. But, number two, a really close second is to make sure everybody has a great experience.
Absolutely.
So the plan is to make sure that we're able to do something that we're all going to be proud of and that we're all going to be able to enjoy. And until we can make that happen, we're still, as you can see in the background, the banner made it to the courtyard.
I like that.
So it's a step in the right direction. But what we're trying to do is truly go through those guidelines, Christy, and everyone else who's chiming in this evening, to see how we can say yes. Obets is not one of those folks that like to say no. We don't say no to too many things. But we want to figure out a way to say yes, and we want this thing to happen. So
I know when the announcement was made earlier this year that Fortress Obets was going to be the new home for the QFM96 bike nights, everyone was excited. And there were some people going, Fortress Obets, it sounds like a great facility, but we don't know anything about it. Why don't you give a background, what the facility is, and some of the things that you do? Because I know you finally have some things happening this weekend, at least on the outdoor fields.
Yeah, absolutely. I can take you through our facility. So it was built in 2017. It's basically a sports and entertainment complex. So there are multiple venues throughout this 110-acre park. We have 11 grass fields. We have baseball and softball facilities that are packed right now. That's where I'm spending a lot of my time because they're all opened up, because a lot of the high schools and colleges around the area don't have their sports facilities open. So everybody's coming to us. And again, we figured out a way to say yes. So when you think about the courtyard space, for those folks that have not been here, it's made up of 122 shipping containers stacked 3 high with 2 elevated bars with full liquor license. And that liquor license here in Obed spreads all the way to the parking lot. So it's—
And I'm sorry, wait, how big is that parking lot?
It is 500 by 500 feet. And the courtyard is 100 by 100 feet. So when you think about it may be the world's largest patio, if you want to look at it from that perspective, where you can take your drink and take your food from a food truck and walk around the parking lot and see all the bikes, and it's 500 by 500 feet of paved parking lot. So it's kind of one of those things where when I walk away from my bike, I want to make sure it's still standing upright when I come back to it. So.
And that's one of the things that we had talked about before when, COVID reared its ugly head and kind of put a kibosh to a lot of the plans that we had. And then as things started to open up, we were talking about, listen, you want to talk about social distancing? You're talking about all the space that you have. And yes, mass gatherings are still the problem. And we know that the QFM96 bike night would be off the hook and there would be so many people there. But in groups that I joked to you earlier, all right, so groups of 10, fine, we can have 100 groups of 10 and they would still have plenty of space. We'd get little tubes around them so no one's in going with anybody else's space. But you would be willing to do anything. We talked about, listen, if you want masks, we would supply masks. We would have sanitizing stations every so many feet. Social distancing would not be a problem. So I know it's frustrating not only for the biker community and our listeners, and of course for you as well and the facility. I got to think that at some point it's going to get to, yeah, you know what, we can do this safely and everyone can still have a great time with all the restrictions and regulations in place.
Right. So I think if you look at it from that perspective, in our courtyard alone, we could set up tables and chairs to seat 300 people. So it's not like, we talked about Ugly Mug earlier. You can take Ugly Mug's entire bar and set it in our courtyard. So we could seat 300 people with tables 6 feet apart. So those are some of the things that we are suggesting to the powers that be, that look, we know what we're doing. We can figure this out. So we're working through the guidelines, trying to figure out a way to do this. But just like the way you started, Christy, there was a change today.
Yeah.
There may be something in those guidelines that are going to allow us to take an additional step and speed up this process. So, but again, as long as we keep in mind that safety is number one and having a great time is number two, everything else is going to take care of itself. And I know I've been around bike nights for a long time, and especially yours, and you kind of have a lot of respect out there. So if we tell them this is what we expect from everybody, if you want to come here, I got a really good idea that people are going to come and they're going to enjoy themselves and they're going to do what's asked of them in order to make it happen. So I'm not worried about that.
And you just hit the nail on the head, because I know our biker community, and what sets us apart from many other bike nights is we bring these clubs in that are tied to some kind of charity, some kind of community of its own. So these people, they want to get their message out, and they're not going to do anything to sabotage that. They'll play by the rules. They'll do what they've got to do, that we've all got to do, so we can continue to get the message out there and everyone have a great time.
Yeah, we're just trying to shrink the rules a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, that's all we want. So who do you talk to on a daily basis? Like you say, it changes. But the mayor of Obetz, what does she feel about all this?
Angie is a yes person. I've known Angie Kirk, the Mayor Kirk, for the majority of my life. So I graduated with her brother. So, I've been around the family for a long time. We're all connected to our community in Obetz. So we want to make sure that our community stays safe. We turn down events all the time that want to come here and bring people from 6 or 7 different states, because we don't want to import something here and make our community sick.
Sure.
So we always have to weigh those things, but she is the heart of the community. She lives here. She's grown up here. She graduated from here, just like 6 or 7 other people from here. So we care about what we do here, and we want our community to be proud of what we do. So the bike night is something we can all be proud of. We just need to make sure we can pull it off and make it enjoyable.
And I have no doubt that we can. Steve, we're looking forward to it. Just hang tight. I want to bring Deuce back on, and I want to remind everybody that we do have a $150 Columbus Car Audio and Accessories gift card that we're going to give away. You go to qfm96.com. That's where you get registered, and you have until 7 o'clock on Sunday. And then next Thursday for the virtual pit stop, we will announce the winner. In fact, let's talk to John right now, our buddy John from Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. John, how you doing?
Hi. How are you?
Nice quarantine beard you got going there, my man. Looking good.
Thanks. Thanks. Quarantine does a lot for you.
So let us know. Columbus Car Audio and Accessories have been a partner with QFM96 for 30 years, okay, if not more. And you have definitely been a part of QFM96 Bike Nights for the past 6 years. So what have you guys been doing ever since the COVID situation happened? How's business and people that are coming in to get whatever they need done to their vehicles or their motorcycles? How are you guys doing the safety plan?
Well, we're staying really busy. We had people scheduled for a couple weeks out before we closed down. We were closed for about a month, so we're still working those people in, as well as all the people that are getting their summer projects done. We have probably between the two stores 5-6 bikes in a week minimum, just going through adding their summer upgrades, all those things. We're doing tons and tons of window tint. We're still doing remote starts because they work in the summer just like they do in the winter. Turns on the AC just like the heat.
Sure.
Doing lots and lots of paint protection. That's growing every single day. That's a clear film that goes on the outside of your car, protects the paint from rock chips and all of those things. We're doing lots and lots of big systems. Everyone's trying to get better sound and more sound and all of those things. So we're staying busy across the board.
And I know that's something that, the past 6 years that Columbus Car Audio has graciously given us are those audio upgrade packages for your motorcycle. But I had somebody ask me, can you get a remote start for your motorcycle?
You can. It's not recommended.
Okay. All right.
Safe.
Just wanted to throw that out there. But as far as the sound systems are concerned, I know when you come out physically to the bike nights and you bring out a bike that is outfitted with that Rockford Fosgate, it just blows the doors off anything. You could be going 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour down the highway, and the tunes are cranking, and it sounds like you're in a car. It's crystal clear. I mean, that's kind of one of the pride and joy of Columbus Car Audio. One of the things that you guys do. One of the many things you do.
Absolutely, yeah. So the Rockford system is hands down the most bang for the buck and the best rider system. So we can do competition, we can do crazy loud, we can do the stop the bike night and everyone come look at me. But hands down, the Rockford systems that we do are the most common and the most popular, for sure.
What other things, I mean, if somebody wants to come into Columbus Car Audio, it's not just for their motorcycle, but also for their cars. You talked about window tinting, the remote start, like I said, just for the winter. It's good for the air conditioning. But are there any other specialty items that you guys do?
We've been doing a lot. We've done it for a while, but we're just now really getting behind it. We're doing a lot of custom wheels and tires. So we have a full display up at our Morse Road store, and we're getting one set up at the Reynoldsburg store, and we're really getting behind that. Just another service that we can offer to everybody and bring everything into one stop, so you can get your whole car done in the same spot. So.
And John, what's the website? People want to go.
ColumbusCarAudio.com. And we actually, as part of the wheels and tires, we are still doing and ever expanding our truck accessory business. So we actually have an interactive garage on there now. So you can pull up your truck and you can actually see some of the upgrades on it, like the vent visors. You can do bed covers. You can do the side steps, bull bars, grills, all that. You can actually see it on your vehicle and then print out the shopping list and get a price and go from there.
You know what I'd like to do next week, John, maybe you can be on location at one of the Columbus Car Audio locations and kind of show us around as far as what you guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the plan. We want to get you guys involved and do as much as we can from the safe distance that we have to.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not 6 feet from my computer screen right now, but you know what? It's good to see you, John, and thanks to everything that Columbus Car Audio does. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And just to touch on one quick thing,
Sure.
I know a lot of people are worried about the virus and trying to be safe and stuff like that. We're going above and beyond throughout our store to ensure that the safety of all our employees, ourselves, and our customers. So we're wiping down the store before and after each customer. We're wiping down all the surfaces, but more so, people spend a lot of time in their car. We're taking extra care on those. We're sanitizing everything before we work on it. We're sanitizing everything after, as well as putting on steering wheel covers, shifter covers, all of those things, the high touch areas. So the car is going to be cleaner and in a better condition when you get it back than it was when you dropped it.
And that's so
We're doing
important
everything
because,
we can.
yeah, that's so important. That's exactly what people want to hear. I'm glad to hear that. John, you be safe. That new little baby of yours, give big old sloppy kiss for me, okay?
Will do. Thank you.
We'll see you soon. John from Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Amy, again, our relationship with them goes way back, always showing up physically to the bike nights. You know what? Enforcer, are you enforcing? Are you doing okay?
I am. This whole running the show is pretty awesome.
Amy's got a lot of buttons to push. I know some people are commenting, you know.
And pressing buttons. Yeah, want to definitely say hi. Of course, Terry Mater and Miss Vicky's been on there. Roger Stappa, that we absolutely love so much, that comes. Cindy Lou Who. Of course, Sally O'Brien has been on with us. So,
and I see some of the girls from the Pink Diva Warriors who will be our feature club next week because they've got their domestic violence run that is coming up next Saturday. So they will be a part of that. Thank you all for checking in. I know that this is kind of weird, but we're still getting our message out there, and this is still kind of a community and a brotherhood and sisterhood that we are so proud of. Again, get registered for that $150 Columbus Car Audio and Accessories gift card, and you can do that at Qfm96.com. That's the only place that you can register, and you've got until Sunday at 7 o'clock, all right? And then we'll pick a winner on Sunday, but we won't announce the winner until next Thursday, so you got to tune in for the QFM96 Pit Stop. It's Christy, it's Deuce, and we talked to Steve Adams from Fortress Obets because that's where the bike nights are going to be. I got to stop saying were because I have full hope that we are going to get that out there physically, and it just might mean that the bike nights go a little bit longer. We usually end up in September.
Let's take
Maybe we go to October.
Right. Let's just take it a little longer. It's nice to ride your bike when it's a little brisk out.
You know what? I actually said something to Jimmy. He goes, well, it gets cold in October. I said, this is Ohio. I mean, it'll be like 90 degrees on October the 9th. I mean, come on. Right. It'll be absolutely fine. Not worried about it. And thank people for commenting on my hat. Okay, so quickly before we get to our Blue Star Mothers Chapter 10, Lancaster is our feature group tonight. So I've been on vacation all week, and I've actually been adulting and getting stuff done that is needed to get done for 15, 20 years. So I had new carpeting installed. Well, all my bedroom furniture is shoved in my bathroom, so I can't even get in there to go to the bathroom or take a shower. So no, it's a hat day today, so you get Christy in a hat.
Hey, actually,
you're in a hat too, so it's okay.
I'm in a hat all the time.
We love all of our motorcycle clubs. And when I was making the schedule back in February and March to get all this set up, we had 18 weeks, and I had every single week with a different motorcycle club. People were hitting me up left and right, just, wanted to be a part of it. New clubs, old clubs. But tonight we've got the Blue Star Mothers Chapter 10 in Lancaster. And I want to bring on Wayne Harshbarger.
Now, can I tell you something real quick about Wayne? You know who his best buddy is. And of course, we can't say it, but it rhymes with Uckin.
Oh, Uck and Chucky. Yes, he's the best friends of Uck and Chucky. And that's another one I miss. I miss Uck and Chucky. I miss the Trouts. I miss everybody that we see on bike nights.
Everybody. I know. I miss them all.
So we'll have to ask Wayne how Uck and Chucky is doing. Insert an F where it is. So let's bring on Wayne Harshbarger with the Blue Star Mothers Chapter 10 in Lancaster. Hey, Wayne, good to see you.
Well,
Wayne, things are kind of choppy.
how you doing, honey?
Doing good, doing good. And I know that you've got another friend of ours. You've got Coleman Fusey with Abate American Bikers Aim Towards Education. we'll get to Coleman in a few minutes. But I want to talk about Blue Star Mothers. Why don't you give us some details about the chapter and what you guys do for the community?
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
the organization for a couple different projects that they do. I'll turn it over to Roseanne, the president, and let her explain more about what they do and what they aim to do.
Sounds good.
Hi, Christy.
Hi, how are you doing, honey?
There she is.
Yes. Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Why don't you give us some background on Blue Star Mothers?
Okay. Blue Star Mothers is actually a national organization. It began during World War II in 1942. And in 1960, they were chartered by the U.S. Congress. And we support the active military and all of our veterans. And there's chapters all over the United States. And ours is based here in Fairfield County. And we have our meetings in Lancaster, Ohio.
Yeah, Lancaster.
Yes.
Yes, you can tell. Yeah, Amy's from Lancaster.
Yay. Well, most of our members are actually mothers or stepmothers or grandmothers. And we have all had children who have been in the military at some point in time. And we also have dads that work with us, and we have other people who just want to help the military. So we have some big projects we do down here. We send care packages overseas to the war zones every single month. Anybody that we have an address for. We also pack gift bags for every veteran that's in a nursing home in Fairfield County for Veterans Day. And we host a dinner for veterans and their guests, and it's on a weekend right at Veterans Day. And we march in parades that are patriotic. We help at the stand down in May that was canceled this year.
I'm so sorry. That seems to be everywhere. Yeah. And it was canceled.
Yeah. So we have hometown hero banners that are up Main Street and a couple of the side streets in Lancaster. And all of those folks are from Fairfield County, and we do the coordination for that. We also help families or veterans that are in need for some reason. If they contact us, we can check them out and see what their need is, and if we're allowed to help them, because our charter through the Congress says that that's the only thing we can do is help a veteran.
Right.
So that's what we do. Probably the other thing that we do is if a soldier is killed in action, we deliver what's called a Gold Star banner to them, and their banner has a gold star in the center instead of a blue star. And we are the organization that the Congress allows to present those.
It's an incredible thing.
Yes. So we have some real happy things. We have some sad things, but if it's helping a veteran or an active duty person, that's where we're at. You'll find us
now
helping those folks.
How can we help? How can the people that are listening, how can we donate? Do you guys have any kind of, I know that Wayne is trying to get you involved in a charity run, which I think would be huge, would be incredible to get a charity poker run for the Blue Star Mothers. But do you guys have a golf outing?
We typically have a golf outing, and it should be September 12th. It's held down here in Fairfield County at Pumpkin Vine Golf Course. We're still waiting. I talked to the golf course today, and they're waiting day by day on health department rules and regulations. So
sure,
we're hoping to know by our meeting the third week of June whether or not we're going to get to have that golf outing this year. And that is our biggest fundraiser that we have, because it does cost a bit of money to pack all the veterans' bags and to send the boxes. It's now almost $20 for each box we mail overseas. So, those are the types of things that we use our money for when we have fundraisers.
Now, are you, Rosette, are you yourself a Blue Star mother? Do you have a relative, a son, a daughter that's been in the military?
I do. I've had 3 in at one time. My daughter is not in any longer, but I still have 2 sons. One here in the Ohio National Guard and another active duty Army son. So I've been a Blue Star mother since 2007 when we started this chapter. So the other 2 ladies here with me, Wayne's wife and Rita, they both have sons in too. Yes, and we do support each other. You know, when our kids deploy and get sent to strange places and have to make moves, it's a tough thing to do.
Well, I can't even imagine. And most people can't. So, I mean, God bless you for doing what you do. And of course, for your sons and daughters who are out there sacrificing.
Yes. Well, you know, in this day and age, they chose to do this. So I'm very proud of them that they made that choice to support their country.
Now, is there, do you guys have a Facebook page? Do you have a website that our listeners can go to? Because usually when we do different kind of groups, and we'll be doing this in the coming weeks, where we would do like a 50-50 raffle, things along those lines. So if the golf outing is kind of, you don't know what's going to happen, is there a way that we can donate anyway?
Yes, we do have a Facebook page, and it's Blue Star Mothers of America, OH10. We also have a post office box. We're required to have post office boxes, and it's Blue Star Mothers, OH10. Our post office box is 161 in Lancaster, Ohio, 43130.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, is Wayne there? And what about is Coleman Fusey around? Where's Coleman?
Yes, he's here too. Both of you. I really
Coleman,
There's Coleman. Coleman, it is cut off. Harley orange shirt and the nice beard. Nice quarantine beard, Coleman.
yourself.
Oh, okay. It is pointed at me.
Coleman with Abate American Bikers Aim Towards Education. Coleman is yet another character in a long list of characters with the QFM96 Bike Nights and have gone back from the very, very beginning. Coleman, you and I had text messages early today, and I'm like, I so miss you. Amy and I love you to death, and of course the work with what you do with Abate. So how things going with you, first and foremost?
Personally, everything's going well. It's nice to see both of you. It's been a long time, and I miss you guys.
Miss you.
You and I had talked earlier because May was Motorcycle Awareness Month, and it seems that people getting on their motorcycles to get a little bit of wind therapy was the one and only thing that we could actually get out and do. But of course, that begs with more motorcycles on the road. That means more accidents. Look twice, save a life. And that's what Motorcycle Awareness Month is all about. And it shouldn't be just May. It should be 12 months out of the year.
This is definitely a fact. Distracted driving is one of the more serious issues that motorcyclists face all around the world, actually, here in Ohio, United States. People need to pay more attention.
What else, as far as what you do with Abate, is there anything law-wise that you want to talk about?
Well, we've been lobbying the past week down at the State House. They're trying to amend the training program here in Ohio. And we've been down there testifying against some of the things they want to bring in. We don't know how that is going to play out yet, but we're hopeful that we're going to be able to quash some of the things they're trying to do to the motorcycle training program here in Ohio. And that's just one of the things we're involved in. Sorry.
That's okay. So how can we direct people to Abate?
The website, www.abate.com. A lot of information there. There's all kind of links to the Motorcycle Riders Foundation and the AMA, lots of issues. There's articles from our chairman of the board, our executive director, and myself about the various issues we're dealing with. It's a good way to get caught up on what we're about and what we're doing. And there's also a tab at the top you can join if you want to help fight for motorcyclist rights and safety and education.
Awesome. Coleman, we miss you. We'll get together soon. And I'm hoping that maybe July we will all be together physically at Fortress Ovets.
Fingers and toes are crossed. Yeah, we want to make this happen. I miss bike nights. I miss all the people, and you too.
Coleman. And let's bring Steve back on real quick.
All right. Miss you, Coleman.
Bye, Coleman.
There he is.
Steve, you see how passionate these people are. They are ready to get out, and they are ready to do bike nights and to do whatever it takes. And I know you're going to keep us up to date and informed from here on out. We'll do this again next week. Who knows? Maybe this time next week, there'll be even more things opening up.
Yeah, well, this time next week, you guys are going to be out to see me. So
Yay.
That's right.
So you guys are going to come out and see me, and I'm going to go through some of the plans we have suggested thus far. And maybe even by that time, I can tell you what's been approved, what's not been approved, and what hurdles we still got to jump through. But
well, and that'll be great because, yeah, so we're all going to meet earlier, later next week. But after we do the walkthrough, it'll give us something to talk about for the next virtual pit stop for next Thursday night. So We've seen firsthand, this is exactly what's going to happen. You know what, Amy, maybe we'll take some videos, some pictures. We'll put that up there to show everybody what this bike night has the potential to be. There's no doubt. Steve, it's always good to see you, man.
It's good to see you guys too. Call me, stop by anytime.
We sure will. Thanks so much.
You got it.
Want to remind everybody that's watching right now, go to Qfm96.com, get yourself registered for that $150 gift card from Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. It's not that you have to do it right now. You've got until Sunday at 7 p.m., but that's the cutoff. And then, Amy, we will announce the winner next Thursday during the QFM96 second virtual pit stop. And also next week, our group is going to be the Pink Diva Warriors, Sharp and all her crew, because their domestic violence run is next Saturday. So pretty much all the bike clubs that I had scheduled throughout the year, we're going to try to keep that schedule. And if we go a little bit later than the ones we missed earlier in the season, I will definitely get them back on. And I don't want to be the one to say, we might have some really cool prize packs next week, but let's just say Jack Daniels.
Yeah. Yes.
Might have given us some really cool prize packs.
Alcohol is good.
Yeah. And I know that Blue Star Mothers wasn't necessarily a motorcycle club per se, but the things that they do for the community are incredible. And I know that Wayne really wants to get them involved in the biker community. But the other groups, for the physical bike nights, we always did 50-50 raffles, that kind of thing. So we're hoping that next week, I think with Pink Diva Warriors, we'll be able to do that, where you'll be able to do the 50-50 raffle virtually. We'll get that all set up, and we'll let you know how that goes. Yeah. So there you go. QFM96 virtual pit stop Thursday night. We'll do it again next week, same time. Pink Diva Warriors will be our guest. We'll talk to Steve Adams again, and of course, Columbus Car Audio Accessories. And I don't know if you noticed, but I was taking notes with my Lion's Den pen.
With your fuzzy pen. Oh, Sally O'Brien. Love me some blackjack. We still had a lot of good Facebook comments.
Tammy Trout, I miss fucking Chucky. Honey, we miss fucking Chucky as well. Miss you guys so much. Terry, it's good to hear from you. Doug Richard party. Yes, it's a party, Doug.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, there you go. I got to fan myself with my Lion's Den fuzzy pen.
Oh, well, these are we can only improve on these every week. And, as we learn more going on in the whole virtual world, it's a whole new ball game. But hopefully we won't have to do it too long, and we'll be seeing everybody. I'm just going to have to keep you from hugging and kissing everybody, Christy.
Well, okay. See, that's the whole thing. That's why I'm not good with this whole quarantine COVID thing, because first of all, you get my red wine in me and I'm hugging everybody. Okay. I'm shaking hands. I'm kissing everybody. So I don't know. But see, so there you go.
Yes.
Okay. There's my virtual hug and my kiss, everybody. All right. We'll see you again next week. Be safe. And everybody have a great weekend. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amy. Be a courser.
Yes.
I'll drink.